Hey, are the holidays ramping up that little voice inside your head? I know it does that for me for sure. And I just wanted, we've talked about it before, but I wanted to, elaborate, talk about it a little bit more today. And that the holidays, I think, is a perfect time to talk about it because it just gets ramped up. More family time, we're exposed to like all these parties and foods and things that we don't necessarily eat or want to be eating. And a lot of us are busy. There's a whole financial obligation with giving gifts, all that kind of stuff. And so that is just prime time for the little voice to just get like running there in the background. And so last time we talked about increasing your awareness of it, and I just wanted to reiterate that today, that is like the number one thing to do for trying to start managing that little voice. Because we know sitting there in the background telling you shouldn't eat that, or you shouldn't do this, or you should be more friendly, or you should, it's not going to do anything. It's not helping us in any way. It's not leading to our success in any area of our lives. If anything, it's just taking us down and making things harder. So we want to start being able to identify when the little voice is talking. So that's the first step, is just awareness of it, identify it. That's the little voice. Even if you can't stop it, it's just saying, that's the little voice. I know what's going on here. Hey, little voice, that kind of thing. A good example is after my last post, when I was talking about it, I walked away and I was like, oh, I should have said this. Oh, I should have said that. Oh, this would have been a great thing. And then I was like, oh, hello, there's a little voice, right? It wasn't good enough. It's not perfect, all that kind of stuff. So identified it and I was like, right, got it. I see what's going on here. So I want to give you a couple other techniques you can use to deal with the little voice. So the first one is, how do you deal with celebrations? Like good things happening, right? A lot of times that little voice will be like, that was good, but there's all these other little things that are not right. Or that was good, but it wasn't good enough, that kind of thing. So first thing is, when something good, positive happens, celebrate it. Totally celebrate it. Even if you had help, even if other people are involved, if it's in a 50-mile radius of you, celebrate it and do something physical. Like, yes, really make a physical experience of that. So every time something little good, happens to you, just be like, yes, that is such a great way to start getting your body involved in it. Your body's going to remember that. You can use that going forward when the little voice is talking. And then the second piece I want to give is, how do you deal with adversity, right? That's when the little voice really wants to get its groove on. And the best thing is, there's a lot of different techniques, but the one I want to say today is immediately in that first minute go, it's an isolated incident. That is just this thing that happened right now, and it doesn't say this is going to happen all week, it's going to happen all day, it's going to happen all year. It's just an isolated incident. Call it that, name it that, and then move on. So those are my 3 tips for managing little voice today. 1, awareness, identify it, know it's happening, know who's talking in those moments. 2, celebrate it, celebrate the celebrations, right? Not celebrate the little voice, but celebrate the positive, good things that happen. And then number 3, when adversity comes, let it be an isolated incident. It was just this thing. It was because of just these reasons. It's just right here, and then move on. So I'm Sheridan Semple. I'm a holistic health practitioner and a nutritionist and medicinal aromatherapist out in Aspen, Colorado. And I help people one-on-one with their health. I do bioscans. I offer cleanses, especially coming into January. I've got a big 10-day cleanse program coming up, nutrition programs, that kind of thing. So let me know if you have any questions, if there's any way I can support you and help you out. All right, bye for now. Happy holidays.